guys aren't hungry, because you might see some food or something here, I'm guessing. Here's Team Feed Me.
Hi, my name is Ben Shamla. I'm a student, and it's been a while I'm a student, so it's been a while that I'm eating really, really bad food. And usually what happens when I come back from school is that I work down the hall in my place, and then I smell food from everybody, and basically my building looks like this. There is people from all around the world, but the way I see it, it's more like this. There is food from all around the world. But when I come back home and I open my fridge, the only thing I see is mayo and ketchup talking together and no one around to party with them. So I see it and I'm really starving and I'm like, oh, what if my Italian neighbor from upstairs could cook pasta for me and deliver it at my place? That would be completely awesome. So here come our product. So it's an app that will be a platform that will link people that want food to people that need food. And so I could go to that app and search for the pasta of my neighbor and order it and he will deliver it to me, or I would go pick it up, or even better, I could meet that person and eat at his place. Maybe he have a cute daughter, who knows. So let's try it. I open my app and I'm like, okay, I want to eat, so I go on eat. What happened? And here I can see like all the proposition of food from my neighborhood. And oh, curry, nice. Okay, why not? I go for curry, and then I see Bob, and I can see his grading. I can see info about him. So because I don't want to order from anybody, like so. Apparently he had good grades. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. And then I just subscribe for it and Bob received a notification and I received my food. And when Bob wants to offer food, how does he do? Like, he go to the app, he don't offer. He put the info of the food, the price, he send it, and it appear in my notification as well. So the question is, am I the only one that want food in here? Well, we went to check that out there. So we did some survey. So we figured out that finally our main first customer will be student, because we are all lazy, we have homework, and we don't have much experience with cooking. Some have, but we are starving most of the time. And so we did first survey that is more like quantitative, like on the internet, and we got that 22% won't use the app. Then we have like 35% that will be able to eat and cook, so those are the awesome people. Then 5% will cook, so you see it's not that much of a cooker on the student, but we have like 38% that will buy, which is like pretty good. And survey 2, I will talk about it later because it's qualitative. But for the survey 3, we went to another sector because we need to feed those persons. Anyway, they're not going to cook. So the gigs and like people that are searching for money, extra money, are willing to cook for that. So we had like high number of people that are willing to cook for money. So we just need to do the link between students and people that are searching for money or that just like to cook. And the qualitative survey told us that we need to add some feature to the product, like just the best dish of this cook, and different feature. But now about forecast. Okay, we did some numbers based on assumption, but also on our survey and on numbers that we find on CD data. And with 110K investment at the beginning to create the app, because we need developers and we need also market, we will break even in 1 year and the next month do an extra 150K. So that's it. I hope that one day I could go eat at your place through the app. It would be awesome.
a couple of years ago, I would have thought no way, but there's sites like Fiverr that show us this could take off and go crazy. I don't understand the pricing model, or how you're making revenue. Can you detail that a bit?
Yeah, okay, so what happened is there is the person that is posting the food, person buy the food, and the transaction is through our app and we get a percentage of it. So basically, let's say that the dish is 10 bucks, there is $1 that go for us, but then there is 3% that is going to PayPal because we like to do it through PayPal. And on the 7% left, there is 6% that go for us and all the cost, and 1% that is going on marketing because we like that if you introduce someone to the app, every time he buys something, 1% goes for you. So this is how we make money.
Very innovative idea, and a good user experience. I appreciate that. My question, of course, I have a 16-year-old daughter, so I'm not going to invite you as entrance. So tell me what possibly will be the first major lawsuit. Have you thought about that risk?
Okay, so in the 110, we count a lawyer that will write a really awesome chart. So like if you get poisoned, we won't go to jail. But you won't, because like the thing is that we are all about experience. It's just like Lyft, like when you take a Lyft and if you don't die in the car, you trust the person that is driving you. It's just the same. It's like there is comment and community trust there, and we are trying to build on that.
So if I'm sitting at home and want pizza or sushi or whatever, I could just call any restaurant and have them deliver it to my apartment. Why will I use your service, which I don't know and don't know anything about, versus just going to Domino's Pizza?
Well, you could go to a restaurant, but delivery is probably longer because your neighbors are going to deliver you. Plus, it's less authentic. Like on the first floor, you have a real Chinese there that is doing sushi. Why go to a restaurant? Like just call the Chinese and maybe go eat at his place, and he will have like the feed. Like it would be like more authentic.
So at 2 o'clock in the morning, can I order food? At 2 o'clock in the morning, can I order food?
Well, the question is, at 2 o'clock in the morning, is there
What will
a
I
neighbor?
get?
Well, what you could try is like to put the music really loud so then your neighbor will wake up and then you send the notification and maybe you have a chance.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Other questions?
So tell me why I do this again? I'm hungry, of course, but why would I do the cooking for you? I still don't get it.
Because you get extra money.
Okay.
So like you're home and then you're cooking you already have like a family of like, let's say 4 people to feed. Well, you cook for 5, you feed 4, and you get extra money for the 1 extra.
So how far away is that network going to stretch? I guess it has to be within walking distance, right? Same buildings or something?
Can you repeat, sorry?
Okay, same building? You have to be in the same building or walking distance to give the food to the person, or I don't get it.
Okay, this depends. Like the thing is that when you put the food, there is like the map, like localization, so you know the people around. But if I say I'm willing to do food and deliver it 5 miles away, then you will see.
Thank you, Fifi. Our next team is called My Turf, so I will pull up their materials.
Hello, welcome to My Turf. You might be wondering, what is My Turf? Well, My Turf is a virtual Monopoly game set in the real world where income and property values are determined by real-time social media metrics. Players compete with each other to maximize their income, adjusting their strategies in real time based on real-time factors and events. Players win by accumulating enough assets before their opponents. We're going to just show you a quick demo right now of what we've got, just so you guys can see basically an idea of the workflow of the actual app. This will be a mobile application, but right now we have it as a web app for demo. So it'll be connected to Facebook so that you can log in through Facebook. And the social media metrics in particular that we were talking about are check-ins. So if you're probably familiar with Facebook check-ins or Foursquare, so that's how you'll measure the metrics for the value of the properties that you're trying to obtain. Excuse me. So here, if we scroll up, we can see that some of our friends who are playing in the global game, they've already purchased these properties. If you were to try to examine the different colors, you'll see that your turf is actually in red, your friend's turf is in blue, and then our sponsored, which is the business end, are yellow. Zooming in, you can see, we really want to hit on for this presentation, the sponsored are these businesses that are interested in actually acquiring this property so that if people check in, then on the app it'll display either one of their ads, or if you're playing a game and you were to check in, then it would give you some incentive because you would get some sort of upgrade in the game. So go ahead and actually examine a property. So this one you'll see, you can buy this particular plot of land for $1,000, measured by the particular metrics that the number of people that have checked in at the given in real time. So if you're to purchase it, you just sold. You bought your property and now you are the proud owner of California Avenue something. Anyway. So that's the demonstration. You can see that the total of money that you have is now $38,000, and you've won 50 games already. So you're a real estate tycoon.
Right, so I just want to talk about some of the facts. So we kind of went around town here in Monterey Bay and asked people and businesses what they wanted to kind of know about when it comes to social media. So we identified two key problems with local businesses. The first one was visibility, and the second was findability. Visibility being, how do people know about us? How can I get the word out about my great restaurant, my great small business? And findability is, well, even if people, there's word of mouth and all of that stuff, how do people know how to find me, when to find me? So those are two problems that social media is excellent at solving, right? So I can easily find out about great restaurants and local businesses by them getting shared on social media. Additionally, I can also get a lot more information on the internet about that particular business. On social media, I can see the hours of operations and so on and so forth. So people, we all love checking in. The number of check-ins have just skyrocketed. Foursquare has, since their last update, has just taken off. We're seeing 6 million check-ins per day on Facebook and Foursquare, so an incredible amount of data. And again, 85% of consumers are now using the internet to find local businesses. So how do we make money? The first way that we make money is through our users. Now, we are a game company. We want to make it as fun as possible for our users. And our users are going to be very competitive because it's a game. So we're giving them an option to purchase more virtual currency using micropayments within our app. So if they want to really beat their friend, get a little more assets, they're able to do that. And local businesses, again, are able to advertise and promote themselves through our app. Our market will be typically generation X and Y. And as you can see here, we built a kind of function that measures demand and in real time gives us a price for check-ins. So if we're a very popular area like Disneyland, they don't really care because everyone's going to want to check in. They don't really care about promoting themselves.
I don't quite get the hook as a game player of this game. To buy property and And what, right? Like in Monopoly, if somebody lands on my property, I kind of stick it to them. In this,
Right. Well, the idea is basically the same kind of hook as Monopoly. So it is kind of, there's an element of like risk and there's an element of Monopoly as well. So what you're doing is essentially adopting your strategy so that you're responding to real-time events. So as you can imagine, check-ins will be really big at the Super Bowl arena. So there's a lot of strategy involved as well. So if I'm thinking, maybe a month ago I knew that there was going to be maybe not knew, but I predicted that there would be problems at Saatchi or Egypt, I would not buy the plot of land in Egypt. So there's a lot of more like strategic kind of like current events, that type of entertainment value, as well as meeting your friends.
It's a very nice demo, really a mature design, that's great. So who play the game? Do you play with a set of small group of friends or you're playing against everyone in the world?
So basically what would happen is, a lot like Words with Friends, you create a game. We weren't able to show that with the demo just because it's a little bit of complex, putting it together in 24 hours. But what you do is you'd select the friends that you know, they'd be added to the game, to a mini game, and in that mini game you'd set a goal, say whoever reaches $1 million in property value would win that game. And then when the game is over, the assets that you've acquired will actually be added to the global game. So then you can see your ranking kind of compared to the rest of the world, and also just kind of see how everybody else is doing in the game.
It's also similar to like, there's a lot of games out there that are just coming out that are, gaining in popularity of just games centered around like, I have an imaginary portfolio, and I'm going to kind of figure out if I can pick the right stocks with $500,000 and those, and we're basically kind of doing that based on location.
I'm still a little confused on this game aspect of it because it sounds like from a gaming perspective, you can put artificial values in these properties just to attract other gamers. But you said you wanted to attract small and medium businesses to create greater visibility. So what's the incentive to the small and medium business guy to participate in this?
Yeah, so the way that the incentive works is actually based on an inverse of demand. So when I'm purchasing a particular product, particular plot of land, that's going to be based on real-time social media kind of feedback. So if some place like Disneyland or Monterey Bay Aquarium is pretty, they're pretty, getting a lot of check-ins and things like that. From the business side, we're only getting a pretty small amount per check-in. But from a small business, they really want to promote themselves, so they're going to be charged a premium. Does that make sense?
I'm still trying to figure this out, I have to say. Okay, so if you're a business owner, are you gonna target these purchases to a geography in which my little restaurant exists? Is that what you're gonna do? And you're gonna ask me to see if I'd like to sponsor the game?
Yeah. So you have, as a small business owner, you have the option to basically register. It's kind of like Yelp. It's free. So if you choose to pay. If you want to and kind of participate if you want to, you don't have to. But if you do, what you do is basically promote yourself.